Hello and welcome to Orping Brick. And today's video is the start of a new series. Yes, the series is called Explosions and Exploration. And yeah, it's a modded Kerbal Space Program playthrough. And right now, in the background, I'm going through all the different difficulty settings. And also, you can see some of the mods I have. So, just major mods I have are Blue Dog Design Bureau, and also I've rescaled the solar system to 2.5 times scale, which basically means that stock parts, they're basically balanced for a 2.5 times scale system. That makes the Delta V requirements larger, and just means you need realistically sized rockets. Guys, we're already having our first launch. I'm using the mod Skyhawk Science System for the tech tree. I have a History of Spaceflight contract pack, which basically means probes before crew and a contract pack that supports probes before crew. And I've launched my first sounding rocket, and you also saw a modular launchpad. And also, I have the mod Barris. Building a rocket isn't simple, which makes part failures, and things didn't go that well for the first launch. Straight into the ground. But we were able to transmit some science, and so we can do some research. And just going for some more science experiments. Another thing about this is, it's a very high difficulty. There is no reverting flight or quick saving. So even if it's a Kraken attack, I'm dealing with it. As you can see here, I got this contract to test this decoupler, and for some reason it didn't want to work. So I activated it through the part action menu instead of the staging menu like it said. So I'm just gonna recover flight. And another thing that Barris does, building a rocket isn't simple. It makes it so that you can if you spend some time, you can have your you can spawn a vehicle immediately. But if you want a higher reliability on the parts, you need to have it be integrated. And as you can see, I'm doing that now. And basically, the more workers you have, the less time integration takes, but it still gives you the same reliability. But workers cost money. Basically means, if you want any of your launches to succeed at all, you need to you need to spend some time building the vehicle. And we have our second launch of a sounding rocket, and we got more science, but again, went straight into the ground. And there's still that early sounding rocket contract that I haven't completed. Well, now I'm researching the early Keralox engines. Because I'm already thinking about our first satellite. And also I'm building a new rocket, which in the beginning, it's kind of hard to make your rockets accurate to real life. I'm calling this the Whack Corporal, even though it uses a scout upper stage. It's nothing like an actual Whack Corporal, other than the fact that it's a solid fueled sounding rocket. But later on, I do have Blue Dog Design Bureau. That allows you to build very accurate replicas of real rockets. So later on, I will build replicas. In fact, fairly soon, my first satellite will be not an exact replica because I didn't feel like reading the instructions because I didn't have the time to. but a close replica. And I completed the sounding rocket contract. Oh, one of my sounding rocket contracts, and the other, it needs the vehicle to be destroyed because History of Spaceflight contract pack includes failed missions, and you need to complete the failure. Also, those maneuvers I was doing was not me losing control. It was a very precise maneuver to mitigate the extreme heat because of extreme velocity. So as we can do some more science. And yeah, this is the first vehicle to make it to space. And yeah, this is 2.5 times scale, so space isn't at 70 kilometers, it's at 91 kilometers. And also, it's more Delta V is needed to get into orbit. And of course, yeah, that burns up. But I'm doing some more researching, and I decided our first satellite, we're not doing Explorer 1, we're doing Vanguard. Mainly because it's cheaper. And so we've already researched most of the stuff for it. I kind of regret my choice later on. You'll see why later. But here we have another WAC Corporal launch. And yeah, we completed that contract. And from now on, the later stages of these launches will be accelerated to 2 times speed. Because otherwise this video would be too long. It already is pretty long. Before I did any of the editing, I had over 100 minutes of footage. I believe it was even over 120 minutes of footage. So yeah, it took a while to edit. Well, I should get back to the mission at hand. Now we're just doing more science. And so fairly soon in this video, we're going to be trying to do our first satellite. And well, let's wait for this mission to end. And yeah, it blows up. And there's the contract, Vanguard 1. And doing some research, getting the kick motor. Even more researching. Again, the decoupler and the launch pad. And here it is, and yeah, I've already built the Vanguard, except for some reason when I set the upper stage to the correct fuel, Barris decided it should start leaking. And also I'm adding fins, even though, yeah, Real Rocket didn't have fins. I don't have SAS yet, and so I want it to be controllable, otherwise in testing, it would just spin out without fins. And, well, ignoring the fact that the upper stage was leaking, we're now doing some engine testing, because Modular Launch Pads provides these engine test stands. And I want to make sure we have plenty of engine data so that our rocket doesn't fail. In hindsight, doing this engine testing was unnecessary because we would have many other failures other than engine failure. And that was the first stage engine and second stage engine. And the test stand doesn't have the correct fuel type. Brandon's accepting the Orbit Kerbin contract. And here we go. Vanguard 1. We have liftoff. Everything looks nominal. As having to make some slight corrections, and oh no, the second stage has leaked most of its fuel out. That's a problem. I'm trying to do something to stop the leak, and it can't stop it. And yeah, no, we're not making it into orbit without the second stage. And also, that's removing a bunch of weight from the nose. And this vehicle, it's yeah, sure, it's not a sounding rocket, but it's basically a large model rocket at this point. We don't have advanced control systems, and just no weight at the nose. It becomes aerodynamically unstable, and it starts tumbling, and yeah, the mission is lost. And all that's left is for it to tumble down, except it's so aerodynamically unstable that it wants to point engine first. And I decide, why don't I try to land this thing? Just, why not? I didn't expect it to work, I just wanted to see what would happen. And so we're slowly coming down. And yeah, that didn't work that well. Well, second try is a charm, except it's already leaking. Well, we were able to fill the tank back up, so hopefully we make it to space before it completely drains. But the hydrazine, which is... So, Skyhawk Science System renames the fuels to more realistic names. So, liquid fuel becomes kerosene, oxidizer becomes liquid oxygen, while propellant becomes hydrazine. It also adds a bunch of other propellants. And, well, basically, yeah, our monopropellant is leaking, and that's gonna be really bad since Vanguard doesn't have reaction wheels, and if it did, Skyhawk Science System greatly reduces the power of reaction wheels, so that RCS is mandatory. Well, I still have hope that we can make it, but the hydrazine seems to be draining too quickly. And if we don't have hydrazine, it's gonna be impossible to control, and yeah. It seems Vanguard 2 is doomed, and yeah, completely have hydrazine. And well, we can ignite the second stage anyways, and it's not stable. We really needed that monopropellant and the RCS. I opened the map view and not realized that my spacecraft is completely spun out of control. And yeah, this is not gonna go well. This isn't ending well. And hey, at least our Aquapsis is in space. We made it farther than last time. And also I realized that we needed an inclination between 31.2 and 37.2 degrees. Which, yeah, I was launching equatorially, like I was launching at an inclination of 0 degrees. And just, yeah, no, we're doomed, and the engine's out of fuel, and there's some small motors on the side of the rocket. I noticed those in the reference picture I was using. I don't think I put them on correctly. I don't know what they're used for. Probably should read the user's manual. But I just wanted to see what would happen if I released a probe. So yeah, it has this small kick motor, and it's spin stabilized. So when we have that small spin stabilizer thing, basically it's the motors that spin it around, and we can fire the kick motor. and we put we put our periapsis deep into the ground, and just yeah, no, we're not in orbit. At least we got a new speed record. Also, we conducted the temperature scan report or science, which completed a part of the contract. But just yeah, yeah, this didn't go well. So now I'm this time working to Apoapsis to get some space high above Kerbin science report because now we can still gain some science from this. Yeah, all that's left is for it to crash back into Kerbin. Well, so you may notice, yeah, we have clouds. I have, I believe it's environmental visual enhancements. So yeah, clouds. And yeah, the probe melted. Doing a bit more science. And I decided to research planes. And yeah, I have entry cost enabled, so basically, we need to buy parts. And at this point, I'm tired of the tank leaking because it shouldn't be. There's nothing I can do about it. But in real life, that was the fuel it used. That's the fuel you're supposed to use. And it somehow is still leaking even though I turned that off. I fixed it. Third tries charm. Hopefully it works. It's not leaking. We can do this. Slight correction maneuver and getting a bit unstable there. Again, really wish I had SAS on this. And also, I'm pretty sure we're going in the wrong direction, and oh no, oh no. This doesn't look good. And oh no. Yeah, we I've lost control. And we're very low in the atmosphere for how much fuel we have left. And yeah, this isn't gonna end well. At least we got to a second stage ignition, and immediately spun out of control. But we have RCS, which isn't able to do anything because yeah, we're still low in the atmosphere. And fairly soon we're gonna start falling back down. We didn't even make it to space. So yeah, so I might call this episode "Struggling for Orbit" because yeah, that's what we're doing. But also, well, you know what the title is. But yeah, we're not gonna go to space today. And with this, I was tired of playing Kerbal Space Program for the day, so now there's no more launches after this. And so the spacecraft is coming back down, and yeah. But yeah, and this is where we are at the end of the first episode. I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and goodbye!